Howdy howdy and welcome back to another video. Today I am here with a lovely success story that I'm really excited to share with you. Now a little while ago I posted something about what you guys would like to see on the channel and you said more success stories. So when I received this one a few days back, I thought why not make this the next success story, because it combines two different topics that generally are what people are manifesting: money and career and specific person. So I'm super excited to bring this one to you. But first, if you guys are looking for any of the kinds of success that you're going to find in this video, be sure to check down below in the comment section or the description. There you'll find the link to my Linktree, where at the top you can see that I offer one-to-one coaching, and that will take you to my website where you can see that. And underneath that one is the membership. Now on the membership is a full Manifest Your X Back guide, which is an hour and 40 minutes long, packed with information that's going to make it so that you know how to manifest your specific person back the right way. So if you're looking for one-to-one help with me, or if you're looking to join a membership that offers tons of free stuff such as routines, worksheets, exclusive videos, and so on and so forth, once you've watched this video, go down into the description or the comment section and check out my Linktree. If you could drop me a like and a comment on this video just to let me know you like this kind of content, and when you subscribe to the channel, be sure to click that bell icon so you don't miss any future videos that will change your life. Now let's get into this success story. So with the success story, I've obviously read through it, otherwise I wouldn't know that it's a good success story to use for the channel. And they've specifically requested that I keep any specific names out as well as any personal information. So obviously whenever the names come up, I'll have to, go silent or whatever. But the email goes as such. So the subject of the email is "I can't effing believe it." And they've put the little stars to signify the rest of the UCK, so that's why I've said it like that. And then it starts as such. "Hi Matt, it's..." can't say the name. "I hope you're well. I am unsure if you'll remember me, but I did coaching with you back in April and it was the best life decision I ever made," which is obviously a really nice way to start any success story off, to be honest. "I have a huge success story for you and I would like for you to share this with other people that might be struggling like I was. Please could you keep my name and any personal information out of the success story if you do post it though. I am a very private person." So obviously that's where they've asked me to keep it quiet. "Just in case you can't remember me, I came to you trying to manifest my boyfriend of 3 years back into my life after we had a huge misunderstanding that broke us up and we went no contact. You worked with me to sort my awful affirmations out, and then we went into core beliefs and things such as that. If that doesn't jog your memory, the next part might. You had to give me some really tough love because I kept emailing over and over the same hopeless emails where I was crying and saying nothing worked and I was just a mess." Yeah, if any of you haven't come to me for coaching, that's something that I do sometimes do. I try to be as sort of patient and, understanding that some people may just have difficulties or things popping up, but there are instances where people keep coming back with the same things that we've either already gone over or given them ways to go about it, but they're just bringing it back. And in those instances, sometimes I have to give a little bit of tough love. Nothing ridiculous like where it's like, "Oh, you moron, get over it." But, just a little bit of, come on, look back through the emails. Do you really think the way that you've been emailing is actually going to get you anything? If you can't get your head back under control, I can give you the best tips in the world and it's not going to take you anywhere. Those kinds of instances. Obviously it will vary depending on the client, but that's pretty much what they're referencing. Let me find where I was. Kept coming over, it was just a mess. "You gave me a good talking to and really put things into perspective for me. I didn't actually email you back after that, not because I was mad or upset, but because you really made it clear in that email. You made it so clear just how much I was dwelling in the negative that I decided enough was enough. No more videos, no more coaching, no more of anything that wasn't going to get me my desire." So that's really good from them on their part. One of my favorite things about clients is when they go and do the work on their own. Coaching is one of those things where I help you and kind of guide you along the way, but the ones that really take it on their side of things to really feel through what we're talking about and see what's working and what doesn't and kind of hold themselves accountable, that's generally a really good way to go about it, because you're building up that trust in yourself for when our coaching ends. You'll then obviously be able to make use of it without needing me there helping you all the way. So the way that they went about that's really good. So I did just that. For the following months, I think I meant to say 2 months. For the following 2 months, I took everything we did in coaching, reread our emails over and over to really get a good understanding, and I committed myself to the routine you helped me come up with. Well, in June, I manifested a new job, and then they put in brackets,
This wasn't something we worked on, but I used what we'd worked on to help me get it. So thank you so much for that. You're very welcome. As amazing as this job was, I was a little bummed I could manifest that, but not my SP. So I persisted for a little while longer, but it got to a point that I just wanted love and wasn't too fussed where it came from at this point. I think the length of time of manifesting my specific person back kind of bored me, and I just wanted something. And in brackets they've put, I realize that makes me sound desperate, but I don't mean it in a settling way, just in a way in which I was happy where it came, happy no matter where it came from. Well, get this, and then 3 exclamation marks. After about 3.5, it says 3.5 ways, more of this, leading into earliest July. So these are 2 months from April. Oh, I think that's meant to say maybe weeks. After 3.5 weeks, more of this. I'm gonna assume weeks. Obviously, if it's not meant to be weeks, you're more than welcome to correct me if you choose to comment on this video. After 3.5 more weeks leading us into early-ish July, we had a new guy start at our company. They put the name, but obviously I can't say it. And then, my God, he was perfect. He was exactly my type physically, and when we spoke, it felt like there was chemistry. So that's obviously quite nice. And first off, congratulations for the job as well. I realized I didn't quite address that, but well done for the job. And yeah, I see what you mean when it's like, oh, I can do this, but why couldn't I manifest this other thing? But, this goes for anyone as well. If you have some success or any kind of positive movement or anything positive, leave it at that. Too many times, and I'm going to break away from the success story for a moment to say this, too many times people will start a positive sentence and then have a but in there. So it'll be like, I'm having so much movement, but they're not doing this. Or, I've been so happy lately, but I don't have my desire. And I think that is the most useless thing to do. Now, the reason why I think that is because your subconscious mind gives you more of what you're assuming to be true. So if you just leave it at, I'm having so much movement, you're impressing it further with that movement. But as soon as you say, but they're not doing this, you're just further impressing it with the idea that you don't have that thing, which is going to keep you locked in that place a little bit more until you sort your head out, essentially. So whenever you're saying anything, whether it's in comment sections, talking to a friend, thinking, anything, when there's positive, just leave it at the positive. There is never a benefit to going, but, and then following it up with a negative, because all you're doing is reinstating that negative and essentially saying that negative overshadows the positive, which is never going to be a benefit to you. So while I completely understand where this person's coming from in a sense of, it was great that they got the job, but they still didn't have their person, and then they got kind of discouraged or a bit disappointed at that, just leave it at, I got the job. Just leave it at, obviously this is a good success story and it clearly has further to go, but generally speaking, just leave it with the positive, because you're just going to show your subconscious mind positive, which is going to create more positive. If you show your subconscious mind the negative that comes after the but, you're just going to receive more negative or more positive mixed with that negative. So just leave it at a positive. But anyway, getting back into it. So he was exactly my type physically. When we spoke, there was chemistry. I kept catching him look at me, and it made my heart skip each time. I hadn't felt that mushy in a long time. Well, he asked me out on a date. On that date, he said he had been scared to open himself to another woman again after his last girlfriend left, but there was something about me that made him want to try again. We have been on so many dates since, slept over at each other's houses, and I know he's going to ask me to be his girlfriend soon. I can just feel it. That's obviously really nice. And I do have something that I want to say on that, but there's not long left, so I'll finish off the success story email. Thank you so much for all your help. It's funny. The tough love was the best part because it was a huge wake-up call. You could have given me all the best tips in the world, but without that wake-up call, I wouldn't have been able to make use of them. It's exactly what I said a second ago, and I'm pretty sure this is probably where that thought came to mind. You can give someone all the best tips in the world. Like that saying, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink kind of thing. You can be the most perfect coach. You could be the most amazing mentor. You could be the world's best at something, trying to show someone how to do something, but if they don't do the work, or if they don't take on what's necessary to get the work done, it's going to be useless. And I've actually found myself saying that as well, that you can give all the best tips in the world, but without without them doing it themselves, it's going to be useless. So this must have been where that's gone. It's kind of just stuck in my head. And then they go, thank you once again. I am happy for you to share this and hopefully inspire some other people, but please keep names and personal information out. And then underneath they said, I'll continue to support you, but I don't think I need you anymore. And then in brackets, I mean that in a good way. Thank you once again. First name. So what was it that I was going to say something, wasn't it? There was something based on that. I know that he's going to ask me to be his girlfriend soon. I could just feel it. What was I going to say about that? Oh yeah, I remember what I was going to say. So it doesn't necessarily address it here, but as I do mention in a lot of videos, I do try to my best to remember most of my clients. It's very rare that someone will say, do you remember me? And I actually don't. I do vaguely remember sort of dealing with this person. I went back through our emails after I read the success story to just kind of refresh my mind on what was said. And one of the things that we did work on when was referenced in the core beliefs and such was some self-concept stuff. Now, obviously they didn't say anything else in the email and they haven't responded to my response yet. But based on my time working with them, I'm going to go out on the assumption and say that the self-concept work is the reason why this person, my client, is now in a position where the person that they want is willing to open up. Because what a lot of other people with maybe lower self-concepts might have found is that they would have manifested someone in, but that person would have been like, I'm just not ready. And I think that that's kind of due to that element of someone not having worked on themselves enough to feel like they're good enough for someone to actually want to commit to them. And that often shows up in the form of someone saying, look, I like you, but I'm not ready to commit. Whereas this person had a different experience where the person came in and said, look, I've had some issues in the past. Well, I'm assuming that's what they said based on that email, but I've had some issues in the past, but you make me want to try again, which is, in my opinion, based on working with them, comes from the improvements of the self-concept work that we did, along with whatever it was that they went on and did after our time working together. Because like they said, once I'd given them the tough love email, they didn't actually get back to me. So I really hope you've enjoyed this little success story. There's not too much to say on it because they've kind of explained all of it. Usually I would kind of give a little bit of a description about what we did together, but in the email it essentially says that we worked on core beliefs, came up with a bit of a routine, worked on the awful affirmations. The awful affirmations, I might as well just give you a little bit of an idea on that, were things such as the obsessiveness that I've mentioned in previous videos, where people are like, oh, they're obsessed with me. They can't breathe without me. They can't sleep without me. I've made it known in previous videos that I don't particularly like those kind of affirmations, and I help this person shift those affirmations to something better. Now, obviously, this success story is them going on to someone new, but based on their excitement from the email, it seems like it was a really good pathway for them. So I'm really happy for this person. If you are watching this video right now and you feel, inspired to drop a comment just to let other people know any more details that were maybe missed from this, but that you think might be useful, by all means, go ahead. I'd absolutely love it. But if you are watching this and you want to keep yourself sort of still secret, absolutely fine. Thank you so much for even letting me use your success story. My chair's really creaky today. But yeah, great job. I said this in my email response to you, but congratulations for getting the job and for getting a new person that seems to be going really well. I'd absolutely love it if you could keep me updated in the future, just to let me know that it's gone the full extent of, full commitment and stuff like that, because I'm always intrigued to see how my clients get on. For anybody else, this is, further evidence that there's always light at the end of the tunnel, that even if you do have those really bad days, or if you do have like a really spirally week, that you can still get a desire, or your desire. If this person had persisted in their previous SP, I'm sure they would have got it, but they found someone that, based on what they said, seems to really tick all the boxes. So yeah, this is just to say that if you have had a spiral or something, it's not the end of the world. You just got to get back on it. If any of you are interested in the kind of ways that I do my tough love email, maybe I can do it on a community post or something about how I do it. Generally, obviously, like I said, I'm pretty sure I said, it will vary depending on the client, but I'm more than happy to sort of share how I do my tough love emails and kind of go at it from that angle. Maybe you guys could use it as sort of mild motivation, maybe, or like having what would be a good way to, like a sort of someone on your shoulder, just sort of tapping you saying, hey, get back on it. But either way, thank you so much for watching this success story. Congratulations to the person. Any of you that need additional help from me to get these kinds of successes, down below is the link to my website in the link tree where you can sign up for one-to-one coaching. Or if you want a cheaper alternative that will still give you the answers you need, on the membership is the Manifest Your Specific Person Back guide.
hour and 40 minutes long, packed full of information. I'm even thinking about doing future ones for like money and self-concept and stuff like that. But please let me know what you guys think of that. Thank you all for watching today, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.